Listen, Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
ชนเยอะไป
He quickly backs up from the bathtub, inches closer to the door. He holds his breath as he looks through the people. Oh my god, it's just Katie is a woman that he's been seeing for the past week. I mean, I guess you could say that they're dating very casually. Katie had slept over the past 4 nights at Takahiro's house, and they were really intimate. It was a little awkward because Takahiro could not make it to the finish line and was not really enjoying it. So they just both enjoyed each other's company instead of that, and she thought it was going well. But out of nowhere, Takahiro is pushing Katie out the door, talking about how he needs to help some girl named Diane from Twitter because she's struggling with negative thoughts. Which, I mean, Katie's like, I guess it's fine because I go my mom away, and I mean, I guess it's nice that he's a considerate person, right? Trying to help out his friends. But he calls her later and is like, you can come back over. And now she's stepping into his apartment door with locked. And it's so interesting how our bodies get used to things. The way our eyes get used to the dark. And the way our noses block out scents that we're always whispering. But when Katie walks back in, she's like, what's that? She's like, has it always smelled this pungent? Like, what is this smell? Takahiro apologizes for keeping her waiting, hurries her inside. She steps in, takes off her shoes, follows him in. Sorry, just let me quickly freshen up. No, don't go to the bathroom. You cannot go into the bathroom. Takahiro looks like he's ready to jump in front of the bathroom door to fight her. She tries to open the door, and it's so strange. She's looking at him like, hello? What are you talking about? And he closes his eyes. I might have helped the person from Twitter self-exit, and I started discovering their body afterward.
What?
What? Katie was terrified. What are you talking about? Just mentally a body, is that what you said? I don't get it. She knew that he liked helping people and that he had a community on Twitter that he was very fond of. But she never thought it would be like this. After nearly 5 days with Takahiro, Katie decides to go home. And she cheerfully tells him, I'll send you some money when I get home. Okay? That's okay. Closes the door, and she practically sprints to the train station. When she gets home, she does not send him the money, but she also does not report it to the police. Before Diane, there was Allison and Charlie, but also Bella. In the span of a single month, Takahiro has now 4 separate heads covered in kitty litter, sitting in cardboard boxes in his 150 square foot apartment in a month. And with the exception of Charlie, Takahiro can't take his visits. He made that business before. He would make us think they need to at least be high school or older. If they're at least of high school age, we don't take it seriously. More often than not, high school girls end up at a friend's house or at a brothel. Honestly, should be alarming enough that the authorities want to do something about it, but I digress. But Takahiro was certain the police are not going to look hard for them, and they need to be vulnerable. Especially vulnerable is the best for Takahiro. Their palace struggled to be bullied as a kid. Gave Takahiro the money for his locked apartment. Alice's best friend struggled with feeling positive, and even more so when his best friend vanished one day. Then Bella, a 15-year-old girl that Takahiro met on Twitter, was a freshman in high school that was doing a lot of good grades. Takahiro reached out to her, and after bonding with her, hearing her, making her feel safe, he graciously offered her, hey, you have a things to say to get away from all this pressure at school. You're welcome to stay at my mom's apartment for a while. Then Diane, a 19-year-old college student who's supposed to have her coming-of-age ceremony soon. So every year, on the second Monday of January, everyone until last year in Japan, they displayed this huge nationwide ceremony. It's another holiday to celebrate adulthood. Often people will go out for their very first drinks on that day. A lot of young girls will wear kimonos. Kimonos are meant to be fun and advanced. It's a big day. I mean, it's a big day that every person looks forward to. That everyone's going to go to the ceremony. But instead, Takahiro lured her out to his apartment. Ella was a 26-year-old mother and the only one of the victims to be married. Ella became a mom when she was 19, and she thought it would get easier and it never did. Ella already struggled a lot mentally, and her daughter had a developmental disability. Ella had postpartum and with all responsibilities and not the great mom she's Her self-esteem is getting lower. She feels like she's pointless. Her and her husband are constantly arguing about finances. They have a lot of love for each other, and they're trying to make it work. It's just so hard. I was on Twitter looking for someone that she could relate to. She would be Lord Takahiro's apartment. Fiona was a 17-year-old junior in high school. She took a 24-hour train just to meet up with Takahiro. She met him on Twitter, and she's so excited to have someone to talk to. She paid for Takahiro's meals that day, paid for all the cab rides, all their activities. She talked to him about all of her problems, like how she felt so insecure about her appearance. And he would bluntly reassure her, "You're not ugly by any means." Meeting with Takahiro was actually making Fiona feel so much better. Near the end of their date, she was going on about how, maybe we could go on my date and get some dessert. I think I feel really good. She would end up in his bathtub. Gia was a 17-year-old student that struggled with feeling good about herself. Her classmates thought she was one of the most considerate ones in their entire grade. Like, if there was a task that no one kid wanted to do, Gia would do it for everyone. She was Lord to Takahiro's. Takahiro would later be seen carrying a bag of her organs to a convenience store dumpster. Helen was a 25-year-old with severe social anxiety, and for while she didn't leave her room most days, she was getting better. She got a part-time job at a convenience store, and all of her things said she just seemed so enthusiastic about life. She was Lord Takahiro's. This is all within the span of 2 months. Takahiro was very quickly evolving and creating a method. The process was almost the same. And just to give you context of how quickly he was evolving, the dismantling process, that's what he called it. The first time, it took 2 full days. He said he got down to 2 hours. The process was almost always the same. He would meet people on Twitter, then try to arrange an in-person meeting where he would state he was going to help himself exit. He would meet with them at the train station. They would never approach him. Once they spotted him, they were to call him, and over the phone, he was going to give them instructions on how to follow him. Frank found textbook. He gave directions on how to follow him out locations. So if anybody looks at them, it looks like these 2 strangers are just on the phone with people and headed in the same direction, coincidentally. They'll continue this until they get back to his block statement, where everything is kept and ready. Rope, saws, air freshener, cat litter, everything set up with perfect good. It's also the source. Usually, when he steps into his apartment, he starts so excited that he can hardly contain himself. He's like, no, he can't rush this process. So he offers a seat to all of his victims. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 30 minutes. He doesn't whiskey and brushed up sleeping pill and tranquilizers. Wait, he sips on his tranquilizer glass whiskey, and this is the worst part for him. This is the part where he has to pretend like he cares. He has to sit there and act like he's interested in their lives, and he goes through the same drama. He doesn't even remember a single one of their names. Just Twitter posts. He doesn't even know half their agents. He forgot. He just mentioned it. Nobody understood him. All along. Anxiety does that. I feel like anxiety as well. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like there's a lack of love and passion in this world. Everyone's just out for themselves. Yeah. Girl, it's rough. Most of the victims would pass out from the blood that he slipped into their drinks. And then his big ceremony would commence. Sometimes he would fall asleep with them and then wake up, see them still knocked out, as he drugged them. He would either essay them right then and there, or tie them up first, and then essay them. He would tie them up in a way that if they woke up during the attack, pull on one end, and they would be forced into a standing, then eventually a floating position in the middle of his apartment. Sometimes he would have them half suspended while he essayed them. Most times he was there for the performance watching. He really liked watching them convulse while they were floating and swaying side to side. That's what he was there for. But with each victim, he did start adding some small changes. Gia cut open her blouse with scissors and during the ceremony, he'd stare at her chest for a quote considerable amount of time while she was swaying in the middle of his. But these ceremonies, they would be over so quick, and at this point, he was doing 1 a week. He was killing once a week, it wasn't enough. The other days when he was looking for a victim, he said that he was very busy watching violent essay illegal videos that he would find on the internet. Because after his first murder, Takahiro said he was essay and resistance, who's addicted and wanted to experience it over and over again. Who would go back to Twitter and found the perfect victim. And this one, he's going to try something different. As his latest victim was suspended, he noticed the attraction was developing. So he started taking pictures of her private parts as she was still floating in his apartment. And when she was cold to the touch, when he confirmed that she was dead, laid her down and engaged in necrophilia. Naru's phone rang. Huh? Naru, is this Naru? What is your sister Ivy? Naru's stomach dropped. It was a call from the psychiatric group home where his sister was staying at. He left work as soon as he could, and just a few days ago it looked like his sister Ivy was doing well. The group home was an improvement for her. What do you mean, have I seen my sister? She's supposed to be at the group home. She's working through the grief of their mother that passed away 4 months ago. She's fine making progress. Naru rushes over to the group home and he's confused. I mean, they're supposed to be monitoring her heavily and making sure that she's communicating and she's not mentally stable. So, what do you mean you're calling to say that she's missing? He hoped that it was just a big misunderstanding and maybe they checked the wrong room. They went to the psychiatric center and Ivy would be sitting in her room eating a croquette. That's what it's thinking. She was not. The room was empty, the bed was clean, and the desk was clear. Everything was in its place except for one note left next to her computer that was still plugged in. Sorry, everyone. Brother, I'm sorry. Thank you for everything. Naru's hand shook as he held onto the note, and he used his other hand to call the police. My sister's missing. Please, it's urgent. She's probably going to hurt herself. This isn't the police's top priority. We've got 8 calls like this in the past few months, just like this one. They even mentioned the Naru. Girls run away all the time. She'll be back. Naru didn't. It's just that the local stage about it. Ivy. Ivy doesn't have one friend. She doesn't have friends that she would go see. Most of the time, Ivy never left the house. The inside of their home was her entire world before she moved into this group home. All he had was her Twitter password. Nara knew that she kept the same password for every single thing, which used to stress him out. She be more careful, Ivy. You're gonna get hacked. And now, I'm grateful that she was Twitter.com. Your name, I love you. It enters the password. The very last post Ivy made was, I want to leave, but I'm afraid to do it alone. If anyone else wants to leave with me, please DM one for you in Tokyo. It would be ideal if you had a car. In Japan, it's pretty common for one person to have multiple Twitter accounts depending on the topic. There is one for a real account, and there's words for this. There's another one for a private account, so I guess the equivalent would be like Insta. There's another account that you just follow your idols or anime, like a fan account. Then you have a Yamiaka, which is for deep, dark, and negative. Most people will post out there so that it feels as they can find a community that they can relate to and to express how they truly feel without feeling ashamed about it. Because there's a Yamiaka at the core of it. You just want to be honest. And they will believe this. 9 young adults, all between the ages of 15 to 49, have been reported missing in the Zama, Japan area in the past 2 months. All 9 individuals would have a Yamiaka Twitter account, and all 9 of them would be in contact with 2 specific Twitter accounts, Suspension Pro and Shinitai, which translates to want to die. Naru's hand was gripping the mouse so hard his knuckles were white. He reads his sister's last post. I want to leave, but I'm afraid to do it alone. Nara knew that Ivy was having this thought. He didn't know she was using this account to talk about them. He didn't want to believe it. I mean, they had plans to get drinks together next month when she got out. They were planning to go all out this year too. That was something that they were going to do. He wanted to make her the friend that she was craving. What? Nara made a post on her account. This is the brother of the person who made this account. The last time I was in contact with my sister was October 23rd. We talk every single day without fail, but she has stopped responding. Just a week ago, I was looking for people to leave with through this account. I didn't know this until now. Can anyone help me? We waited for responses, but in the meantime, we kept investigating. In Ivy's previous threads, he saw a user, Kinitai, replying to Ivy, his little sister, saying that they could leave together. There were some private DMs where Kinitai wrote, suspect is the best option, since there is a smaller likelihood of failure. Now he keeps digging, and he finds more. Another account that replied to her, Suspension Pro. It looked like discovered a secret life of his sisters. Like, why would she not talk to him about those feelings? Ivy had always been one that didn't want to burden her family. Her entire father were almost engaged. And who are these people that are reaching out to her? Ivy sent a message to share. I'm excited. I mean, it's not that I want to, but I just want to listen to the story to support me. Maybe I just want a friend. Naru was putting pieces together. His baby sister and this random guy on the internet were making a pact to leave together. He quickly messages them, privately begging them, if you see this message, do not do it. This is Ivy's mother. Please stop everything. Pause. Naru keeps refreshing the messages until a blue checkmark pops up under it, signifying Shinatai had read his message. He's anxiously waiting for a response, but instead, the blue checkmark turns to red, which can only be. The user read his message, then went to settings and turned off the system.
Oh.
Why did he do that?
But it's all of that.
Yes.
That was the signal that he did to investigate this guy.
Yes. Because this guy is very much alive, but he cannot get in contact with his sister. Another beat popped the girl Yumi. She was not familiar with the I Love Protect user, but a friend of hers was tagged in it. Can anyone help me find my sister? I think she was last seen with this Twitter user at Yumi. Yumi stared at the phone. The guy. She thinks that's the guy. The guy that Yumi was messaging. The guy that she went to dinner with. Which she even had suspicion. Two different usernames, but Yumi was certain that they're the same person. I mean, just think about that. It's giving me chills. Yumi went to the dinner with this guy thinking that they're meeting up to talk about being together because, well, he wanted to leave and he was going to help her do it. The whole point was you almost want someone to guide you to the other side and be there for you in your last moment. And as strange, as twisted as it sounds, Yumi just wanted to do it. Maybe he claimed that he had helped so many people leave and she felt like he trusted him. Maybe he could just understand what she was going through to begin with. That girl was weird. He didn't seem like he cared in any sense. He was just so excited about the fact of suspecting someone. That's not that. After the dinner, Yumi discovered something really bizarre. There was another account trying to talk to Yumi, Shinatai, who was encouraging her to go see Suspension Pro for her, quote, needs. Suspension Pro wanted to help her successfully complete the action, whereas Shinatai said on their Twitter account that they were looking to meet with other people. But reading their messages, they're repeated and everything. Yumi felt like they're the same person. Like, she knew, she was certain they're the same person. Yumi immediately messages Naru, Ivy's brother. I met with the same man that your sister was talking to. Yumi and Naru get into touch, and Yumi is determined to do whatever she can to help him and his sister, and she knows it. If I had to give you the instructions, it's like, leave a note for your family, tell them not to come find you, throw your phone in the ocean, meet me at the train station, don't say hi, follow me at a distance. I didn't want to do any of them. It was just, everything was so weird. He was really creepy. He also kept asking me how much money I make and how much money I had saved up. Bragging about how he's helped so many other people. She was super weirded out by the conversation during dinner. She told Naru that she just paid for the meal and got out of there. And left. But he kept messaging her. Please, let's do that again. And Yumi was. Halloween night, 5 police officers were cramped in a small hallway in front of Unit 205. They're silently shuffling their way into the atrociously smelling hall. They're glancing at each other and they're like giving each other the go-ahead hand signals. They hear footsteps on the other side of the door. The handle is turned. The door slowly opens. The smell is intensifying, and in front of them is 27-year-old Takahiro. His hair is parted, it's slit back, wearing a simple braid on the neck and black eyeglasses. He looks like one of the countless college students that you can walk by on the streets of Tokyo. He looks nothing special. He doesn't even seem surprised that there's a whole police station standing outside his door. Do you know where he is? Police knew immediately that Takahiro knew exactly what they were after. His demeanor immediately shifted. He started looking nervous, clamming up. He went through a whole roller coaster of emotions. And then he went to calm, expressionless, completely blank. And he opens the door wider, sticks his finger out, and points at one of the 9 large boxes stacked on him. Choose him there. Ivy was Takahiro's last name. Pauses for a second and then tells the authorities, I murdered 9 people. He literally didn't leave a beat, and neither did the officers. 5 police officers rush into the cramped space, grab Takahiro, putting him into handcuffs. They force his hands onto the wall to keep himself subdued while they call for backup. Eventually, 20 to 30 forensic and backup policemen come into this 150 square foot apartment, and they would find what some medicines now call the House of Bones. Conscious, it just always feels very overwhelming. Between all the different podcasts and books and all these other sources, there is so much conflicting information. And the worst part is, I feel like there's always a diet or a workout challenge that's trending on the internet that just derails my progress in the further. So I am the person that will buy a $20 movie if the internet tried workout challenges on my blog, which I've before. But at the end of the day, if you're trying all these different diets and doing hours of cardio and you're not making progress towards your health goals, different. Because there is a your health with the robot. Robots have access to professional support throughout their entire weight loss. Medical experts will help you create a sustainable diet and exercise program. If eligible for medication, get access to the most popular weight loss shots on the market to help reach your goals faster and faster. Medication costs are separate, but Rose Partners will handle your insurance before to try and help get your medication covered. And if you're eligible for medication, you will have access to a provider on demand for any questions you have. And you can sign up for the program from the comfort of your own. The numbers don't lie in this case. Over 200,000 people have already chosen Rose to help them lose weight. The average weight loss is 50% in 1 year with healthy lifestyle.
Are you just sending your completed pictures now? Okay.
$5 for your first month. $5 per month after that. Medication costs are separate. That's already done. So it's not cost.
Yeah, John invited me to a party, but he's not saying anything. I don't know if he's there or not.
Let me just sign up for this. There's a 7-day
I
trial.
forgot.
I'll just watch the
I
show.
heard you talking.
My subscription.
That's fine. He's here. How are you?
Fine. I got attacked by a pig already.
In the game?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, he's right in front of me. Really don't feel like getting it twice.
Your unwanted subscription monitors
Yeah, fair enough.
of all of the subscriptions in one place. I'm talking everything down to that gym membership that you pay for on January 1st and then never use. It's so helpful to see exactly where my money is going and figure out which subscription I'm actually active. And for the ones that I'm not using, I just cancel them and just tap on the screen. You don't have to go on the service or fill out a form or email somebody that's bought that work. If you have a subscription that you haven't or negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%.
Stephanie, I love you, sweetheart, but we don't have it.
$20 a year. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/rotten. That's rocketmoney.com/rotten. rocketmoney.com/rotten. Aside from the phones and the severed heads that we mentioned, they found debit card, IDs, women's purses, cell phones scattered throughout the room. They discovered 2 kitchen knife scissors, a saw-binding rope from a gimlet, which is like the electric drill that you use to nail holes into the wall, and a blender. Every single one of those items were covered in blood, and they tested positive. In the corner of the main room, against the walls, were all of the boxes and coolers stacked up. All of them contained severed heads, legs, arms, bones. It was like a mini cemetery. They found 9 severed heads and 2 people with bones. And then they found another box. Walked to the box, opened it up, and inside is completely empty. Javier purchased it for his 10th victim. They extra handed him before you could fill another box with bones. If it weren't for Yumi, that box would probably been filled. After reaching out to Naru, Yumi agreed to help the police catch Takahiro. She reached back out to Takahiro saying she was ready. They organized to meet up at a local train station. Yumi went, but thankfully she wasn't alone. There were a lot of undercover police officers at that station. They were staking it out. They spot Takahiro walking in, and whether Takahiro was or not is unclear, but he texted Yumi, I can't come actually. But it was too late.
Pardon me.
Starts handling things
You're
out.
part of good stuff.
I don't know if it was unlucky incident or if it was what Takahiro did, or if he had trusted him to a degree, or just maybe just something more exciting than that. She helped Takahiro. Mr. Ono, the author sat down in front of Takahiro and they were in the visiting prison. Takahiro was wearing his prison issue uniform, peppermint green, short sleeve top with short pants. They kind of look like scrubs. Actually, that's what it happens. Takahiro is sitting in prison, waiting to be tried for the murder of 9 people. He was nicknamed the Japanese Twitter killer, and his case is making the rounds on international news cycles. This was Mr. Ono's second visit to Takahiro. Mr. Ono, after your last visit, kind of spotted that you reported. He slides over a piece of paper with a drawing. It's extremely detailed. Some people won't notice the small pictures in someone else's face, but Takahiro did. It was very upsetting. So Takahiro, what have you been up to this week? He said. Well, first of all, I do that portrait of you, and I played shogi, Japanese chess. I did strength training, and other than that, I ate pizza. There's this man called Betty named Tamago. It's soft-boiled egg with the white fish sauce flavored. It's great. I think it feels better. This is salmon. Really it's salmon. Side note, Takahiro will leave the jailhouse interviews with journalists and publishers if they paid him a gratuity, a tip if you will. He would use that money to purchase snacks. He would almost start every single session with Mr. Ono talking about it.
Always the warmth and the sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony. It's too damn bony.
The government doesn't give me a vent for that thing. So wouldn't that be a waste? Then would be upset with this comment since it's such a blatant, in-your-face reminder that he's living off taxpayer money before the trial. Takahiro also worried about COVID-19 because the initial wave was happening while he was in prison. But it's not that he cared about human life. He was concerned that it would affect business hours for prisoners, and he wanted people to come visit him so that he could get free snacks. He said a lot of controversial stuff to Mr. Ono while awaiting trial. Talking about another case, another serial killer, Takahiro ironically said, I think that if you can't raise children by yourself, you should leave them to someone else. I'm someone who wanted to have children, you know? Mr. Ono recently have been making spicy ramen by adding spicy peppers, like up noodles. Sometimes I find some ways to use hot water to arrive. So I just start noodles with room temperature water because I don't have to wait eating is like a stress. There are certain people for my jackpot. I like noodles. Sometimes they serve me for a soba. Those are good. Mr. Ono tries to guide the conversation back to the impending trial and the crime. If the guy has any sort of remorse, he asks, how did it feel? I just think my heart was pounding very fast, even though I wasn't exercising. I was just so aroused by comfortable bodies. But later, after I had killed a number of people, that feeling developed and I was aroused by the dead body. Takahiro told the author that he was kind of shocked that he was nuts. He had no idea that he was involved. When he talks about his threats, he talks kind of like it's his fault. He doesn't outright say it, but it's almost a subtle verbiage. The woman was trapped called to the train station, and when I went there, she was there, and I was followed by the police who said we need help.
These men, Professor, these so-called men of vision, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of money. These fools lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government. They make pigs of us all. But what solution, my dear man? How to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find. We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can speed the passion with only a small sacrifice. We can hold the apocalypse.
said that
With
he would
just a
have shown his face if
small
one of the lawyers
sacrifice, we
had paid
can free our shackles
Takehiro
and
told
deliver
Mr.
them to
Ono that he had
paradise
no intention of
now.
acting during the trial. He said, I had no intention of arguing over the facts during the trial. However, my lawyers have done a lot of thinking. It seems like they're really fun. But anybody could I think that even if we fight it out, it's not going to make a difference. So I'm going to go with Frank. My lawyers, I changed lawyers before for the same reason. I asked him if he could proceed without a fight. He said, okay, so I appointed him as my attorney, but then after some time, he turned around and said, Mr. Takahiro, we will fight for you. So I filed a request for a dismissal, but it was unsuccessful. So I'm just going to have to deliver these snaps, but I think it's very unfair. Do you have any concerns about the death penalty being on the table, Takahiro? I read about it books. I learned about the details of the execution. It looks painful.
Alright, I'm back.
I
thought somebody was knocking at
don't
my
want
door.
to fight through the trial, though.
Welcome back. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know you went anywhere.
Mr. Ono was speechless. This again was the same man that proved and killed 9 people in the same method with fear to danger himself. September 30th, 2020, Takehiro's trial commenced. He was charged with robbery, forced essay, homicide of 8 women, robbery and homicide with man mutilation, and abandonment of all 9 corpses of his victims. There were a total of 18 very serious charges. Takehiro was utterly non-surprised the whole time during the trial. He looked sluggish.
I heard
He
somebody
was able
knock.
to do the evacuated full body stretches in his knees
There you go.
to where you put your arms back, you lean back, and you stretch your legs out. You can shake his whole body at times, not because he was scared or that he was having some sort of anxiety response. He was just bored, like blended or restless. And then he would loudly crack his voice. When he got bored, he would start to
Somehow I'm supposed to kill this pig with electricity, but you can't pick
Every
nothing
single
up.
day, several people had to leave at several points because the details were so gruesome.
What was that?
Somehow I'm supposed to kill a pig, but I can't pick nothing up except a chair.
Right, okay.
I don't think a chair's gonna kill the pig.
They tried to argue that
No.
Side note, I think that a way less appropriate whether or not it's better than targeting people that already express feelings is one. I think absolutely insane. And I didn't want that to be a thing. I mean, the guy is a serial killer, a sadistic serial killer, and it should be presented as one, and it should not be presented from the point of them having certain thoughts or posting about it online. That's not why he died. He died because he was a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
That Takahiro had 5 accounts on Twitter. They were all focused on negative thoughts. He would always pose as someone that wanted to help others, where he positioned himself like this passionate character who knew how destructive the world was. He just wanted to be almost like a counselor on their way to leave. Where he would pose as a fast process and wanted to reach someone. This monster was constantly searching for a new victim on Twitter. At one point, he was talking to 37 Twitter accounts. He would be DMing people while he was in the process of discovering a previous victim. All the while, he was searching up on his phone. Why is this beating illegal? Consensual homicide. How long does one serve for murder? How many people do you have to kill to get the death penalty in Japan? So clearly, he wasn't trying to help anyone but himself. Takehiro himself did not like consensual homicide defense, but not for the same reason he loves. He just thought the trial was getting way too long, and things just be faster if his attorneys just were like, yeah, okay, fine, he did it. He thought that the evidence was way too much, and this was pointless. It was a waste of his time. He was straight up asked, what kind of women he lives for on Twitter, and he said, women who were impressed. I mean, it's easier to seduce women who are trouble to make them do my bidding. Takehiro would take the stand and answer questions that the prosecutors, so the other side, would ask, and when his own defense attorneys would ask him questions, which defense attorneys would ask questions for the jury to hear a very specific answer because it was their client. So the type of questions defense attorneys typically ask the defendants was going to be favorable for the defendants. The Takehiro would just ignore him in turn. He would ask, you hear me? I hear your question, but I don't intend to answer any of your questions. So you're not going to answer any of them. I'll answer you because this is a waste of time, but I don't want trouble for my relatives. This is a very long trial. I asked my defendants to see the trial quickly without contesting, and they said they understood, so I appointed them. When suddenly they said they wanted to fight, this is Now, that, to be honest, I still hold it back. When the defense attorneys, Takehiro's attorneys, tried to ask another question, Takehiro turned to him and bluntly stated, "I'm sorry, but I don't trust you, so I will remain silent." But with the prosecutor, the other side asked him, after this was with the victims, why did you decide to suspend them after they suffered? At the time, I was considering different things and what would happen if I was caught. If I were to dump the corpses in the mountains, I wanted to look like they suspended themselves in the vicinity of the mountains where the body was discovered. I wanted it to look like they were suspended instead of strangled. He also mentioned that with some of his victims, he would wrap a towel around their necks before suspending them to make it more confusing for investigators for what their cause of death was. He continued, "To be honest, Your Honor, I thought murder was okay as long as I was caught."
Wow, this guy is on another.
The prosecutor said, "Why were you listening to cannibalism in Japan at the time?" "Because I wanted to find out if there were any other similar cases. They were they caught? Why were they caught? He had knowledge about body destruction and disposal of discovered bodies." No, I didn't. At one point in the trial, Takehiro straight up tells the judge, "A situation where someone knows they're going to be R-worded, which is wild. I don't even know how to unpack that statement in and of itself." But it continues, "In a situation where they know they're going to be R-worded, it's less exciting than to suddenly attack a normal woman who doesn't know that she's going to be R-worded." The judge tries to clarify. As far as you remember, Takehiro, is that what you were motivated by? Is that what you were aroused by? Suddenly touching the woman's chest when she was in a normal state, or licking a painted woman's chest, to be honest? Yeah. The judge interrupts. "I don't think a typical R-word situation would cause fainting, so why do you think the victims faint?" "Because I can foresee that they would scream or become violent." "Do you have any interest in relation to the woman who does not resist? Or is it just resistance?" Just resistance. I felt like the position of the woman who was unconscious was tied up. I was not bound by this one.
Can you draw?
Does answer a question from the building person, and that was, likely not having that person and then be facing someone.
We're back in a second, John. I'm just going to go for a dig.
Well, don't you want to work hard for me for us for our future? I think
For example, is known for a spirit, Bloody Jack, 12th century serial killer who stored the bodies of his victims at the castle. He was eventually caught and sentenced to death, but since then witnesses have claimed to have seen his ghost at the castle grounds. Another venue with possible paranormal ties is the Eole Punchbowl Inn. This place is said to be haunted by the ghost of a disfigured former landlord named Harold. Rumored to have killed his wife along with a young girl named Jessie, Harold supposedly runs a pub with his Irish book panel by his side. Another example is St Altman's, a well-known church in Shropshire that's said to be haunted by a steeplejack who helped construct the church spire. The man supposedly accepted a bet to climb the tower, but subsequently was dead. Since then, numerous witnesses claim to have seen his ghost climbing the spire at night time. Could this photo show evidence of one of the many supposed paranormal entities that calls Shropshire home? No. A while back, we featured a video from Reddit Wild 101 that appeared to show 3 UFOs joining in information. Well, it seems that Facebook user Cashout Law might have caught something similar along State Route 327 in central Arizona. Videos with city objects illuminated against the dark night sky. One point, the lead object seems to move away from the other two, joining in a tight triangular pattern. When one keen-eyed viewer noted that the objects might not be moving at all, they think it could be a trick of perspective created by the car as it slowly changes direction. Even if this is the case, the very strange, unknown hovering lights in the sky is still very mysterious. Are these objects something similar to those seen in the previous video? Or another way to explain these strange hovering lights? Well, an answer comes to hand as one of the main genuine sighting. It was submitted to our Slapcam subreddit by username Love. According to them, they recently moved into a new house and had just set up the front porch camera that day. After receiving a notification on their phone, they checked the footage and did something moving. Video sounds like it's captured the voice of a woman saying the words, "Help me." Then followed by another word that's more difficult to make down. One viewer thinks the voice actually says, "Help me God," the word God being drawn out like it's being said by something. Another viewer thought they could hear, "Help me go home," "Help me go over." Hey, take another listen to the footage and let me know what you hear. Comments down below. Taking a photo, I need to later realise it could be a photo bomb. Usually the culprit's a friend or passerby. What do you do with a photo bomber? There it goes. Look closely at this image shared to the Slapcam subreddit by Lagon P. You can see that there's something rather unsettling in the background. His face is pale and ghost-like, and looks to have long, dark hair. According to the poster, this photo was taken at a coffee shop in Taipei, Taiwan. They originally sent the picture to a friend who soon asked, "Who's that at the window?" The poster goes on to note that the shop was actually on the second floor and that outside the window was flattened wrong. After seeing the mysterious figure for themselves, the poster thought it might have been a reflection in the glass. However, after attempting to recreate the image by standing close to the window, they realised that their reflection didn't show nearly as well as in the photo. Online, people's reactions to the picture have been mixed. Some think that the image rays might be a reflection from the TV, while others suggested it is I'll leave this one up to you to judge. Is it a ghost or just a reflection?
Come back. Thank you.
floating through and finishing. Takes this on the wall. Oh, yeah, take it time. And go for the different line to make it less scary. Oh, he's taking resolution. That way. And then go to the rest of the idea. Play the mirror ball. Move the mirror. No, I don't want to move the mirror. This is a case situation why the big issue. Okay, otherwise, but it's that's the one that's been shooting down here, right?
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. Finally.
It has a bright, it's all the way up. I still
Yeah.
give you a little
Exactly how I feel when I'm playing the forest and you go in the caves. Can't see a single thing in the caves.
I'm looking for a stairwell.
Photography thing is a projecting. I need it. I can't get up this thing in it. This thing. like recognize 66. Like, oh, you say. Oh, good job. No. It's not, oh, you don't need another one or it's not. Wait, you have. Yeah. I was saying, oh, one, back in the main room that we started. But Holy shit, do that. No, please, I'm still gonna come here. Whatever the bill for. What? Yeah, I do, but I think you can take me for me, so I don't like this shit, so we're gonna stick together. You're the detective, so you can lead, right? Oh yeah. In a good time. Don't make me run up. We got good time. I don't want you to die. I want to get out of here. There you go. Your car. What? That's the door ahead. That must be the way out, right? Where the other door goes, that's just quiet. Come from that way. Whoa, that's good. It's hard to get it. What? Where is this one? Oh, there it is. I'm just trying to get the other end here. Why don't you go back that way? Oh, I don't like it. So, guys sound like the car. Bonus, I think I see some arms.
Okay. Solving it.
Well, do you turn it off on the first try? No.
Hmm?
No, it's not.
I thought you were going to have the cola bottles. I don't even know if there is any sauce.
What do you see? What is it? You don't see the door. There's a big door there. You don't see the door. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Back in a second, John.
Alright.
That makes sense. Okay. It's pretty close. Man, Sam. That's a terrible name. Can't we just call it Sam? Yeah. I don't have what we done? How do we different that? You know, dead man, Sam. Who's Sam? Maybe I'm on the back of this good there. Well, like, wait, oh, it's just clear. What's that? It's the fridge. No, is that the right?
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
Wait. Oh. I get things stuck in my face, especially clowns. They're very sticky. But I think we're going to go this way. Well, it looks like the coast is clear. It's closed. I like the door that's not red. Go that way. Yeah? No, no, we just go. Tiger? Tiger? Tiger. No, you be. Who are you? No. Eating. Riding. Yeah, I'm not going down there. I'm not speedy enough to fit through that. I think we're probably going through the door that we opened. Fucking idiot. Oh, that was me. Well, we need to put the fuse back in. What do you think I'm some kind of reason? No, I'm an electrician. No, I put the fuse in. Alright, no, I need your help to take the bonus. You find the fuse, I'll do the electrical. Yeah, you did. This way. Bonus, what does this say? I can't read. What does that mean?
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hawk, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
In the 3 minutes.
sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mantis. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
We do need to get some holiday. Stop me, I need to get some holiday. Oh, wait. How about you, Alan?
I wonder what that thing. Hey, boss, like, yeah. Right, yeah.
The problem is there probably is the live last probably figure he always looks to get the best out of life.
Yeah, I can't afford your tutorial to die by that.
Come back, John. Thank you. I've just taken a bunch of meds that I don't feel like they're doing anything, but the doctor shouts me when I don't take them. I do. You think people getting eaten by dinosaurs, what's not to like? I'll have a look when I get done with it. Well, this ain't going well, is it?
What?
I'm trying to get the collectibles for the first island on GTA San Andreas, and I've got a 2-star wanted level.